Alright, let's go back to camp. Take a load off. Shale's really cool. Amazing tank, too.
Now that we're back at the camp, I want to talk about what happened at Redcliffe.
What's on your mind?
I just wanted to thank you. You went out of your way to save the Isle's family, and you did it. Even though it would have been easier not to. There's been so much death and destruction. It makes me feel good that at least we were able to save something. No matter how small. I owed the Isle that much.
If we can stop the Blight, we'll save much more.
You're right. Hopefully, by that time, there's still enough of Ferelden left to save. Good. Now that the warm, fuzzy part of the day is over with, we can get back to the ritual dismemberments. Oh, wait, it's not Tuesday, is it?
Alright, so we're back at camp. I'm going to go ahead and give Alistair his mother's emblem. Where are you, Alistair? Of course you're the last one, aren't you? Oh, I passed him. Whoops. Alright, so we'll go down here. Alistair's mother's amulet.
This is my mother's amulet. It has to be. But why isn't it broken? Where did you find it?
I found it in Redcliffe Castle, in the study.
Oh, the Jarl's study? Then he must have found the amulet after I threw it at the wall. And he repaired it and kept it. I don't understand. Why would he do that?
Maybe he meant to give it back to you.
Maybe he did. He might even have brought it with him one of those times he came to see me at the monastery. Not that I would have given him a chance, as belligerent as I was to him. Thank you. I mean it. I thought I'd lost this to my own stupidity. I'll need to talk to him about this if he recovers from his... When he recovers, that is. I wish I'd had this a long time ago. Did you remember me mentioning it? Wow. I'm more used to people not really listening when I go on about things.
You're a friend, of course I remembered.
I don't know what to say. I'm honored. Thanks again.
No problem. Okay, so Shale and Zevron. How are they looking, friend-wise? Alright. Neutral, probably, yeah. I know we've got a gold bar for Zevron.
I shall treasure it. Thank you.
What is this? History of Ferelden. Sounds like something Wynn would like.
Oh my.
Yeah. Silver frame still life. 32 Orlesian. That's Liliana.
Why, thank you so much.
Maybe not. Oh. Stone Dragon. Sten?
You have my thanks.
Maybe not. Okay.
You have my thanks.
None of those really matter that much. Gemstone? Maybe Zevron?
You have excellent taste.
Oh, thank you. Alright, so be good. We'll give
nice.
Zevron maybe 2 of those, and then we'll give Shale 3. Kind of catch them back up a little bit.
Fine.
Alright, Shale, what you looking like? Large chip spirit stone. How about, yeah, there we go. Then small. Alright. Now we'll do fire. Yeah, there we go. Fire all around, why not? Besides, we'll be fighting dragons with Shale anyways. He needs that fire resist. That did get fire resist, right? Yeah, 30% fire resist. Shale will be eating up them dragons. Okay, perfect. Okay, so let's talk to Alistair. Let's see if he has anything else to say. I have some questions.
Of course.
Alright, I guess that's it. Okay, Zevron?
I've a question, if I may.
Go ahead.
Well, here's the thing. I swore an oath to serve you, yes? And I understand the quest you're on, and this is all very fine and well. My question pertains to what you intend to do with me once this business is over with, as a point of curiosity.
You could go if you wanted.
Could I? And what if I didn't wish to leave?
I could always use a friend.
Indeed. I might even be glad to call myself such, come to think of it. It is good to know what my options might be, but that is for another time. For now, we have much to do, yes?
Alright, talk to him again.
What say you?
Care to answer some questions?
By all means.
What does it take to become an assassin?
Well, the Crows would have you believe that it is an involved process that takes years of training. The sort that tests both your resolve and your endurance. Survive that process and maybe, just maybe, you're good enough to start being considered one of them. But quite frankly, the truth is that all it requires is a desire to kill people for a living. It's surprising how well one can do in such a field.
So you have to be a murderer?
Now, it need not be thought of so crudely. We all do our share of murdering around here, don't we? An assassin simply specializes in striking from stealth, and in maximizing that first attack to be as lethal as possible. Debilitate your foe, either by poison or by crippling their limbs, makes any follow-up combat you need to engage in that much simpler.
That sounds like it could be useful.
See? Getting paid for the act is beside the point. An assassin is more a tactical choice than a lifestyle. Of course, the Crows like to pretend that their abilities are trade secrets, shrouded in shadows and wrapped in a blanket of mystery. So let's just keep this between you and me, shall we?
Well, somehow he didn't like that.
What say you?
Can you teach others to be an assassin?
I could teach others, but not yourself. First, I would need someone who has training as a rogue. That is, unless you would care to spend the years it takes to gain the fundamentals. But if there should be such a person who desires this training, yes, by all means, send them to me. The Crows are already furious, no? I shall enjoy tweaking their nose further. What say you?
Care to answer some questions?
By all means.
Why did you want to leave the Crows exactly?
Well now, I imagine that's a very fair question. Being an assassin, after all, is a living, at least as far as such things go. I was simply never given the opportunity to choose another way. So, if that choice presents itself, why should I not seize upon it?
You didn't choose to join the Crows?
To be truthful, I didn't even know the Crows existed when I joined them. I was but a boy of 7 when I was purchased. For 3 sovereigns, I'm told. Which is a good price, considering I was all ribs and bone and didn't know the pommel of a dagger from the pointy end. The Crows buy all their assassins that way. Buy them young, raise them to know nothing else but murder. And if you do poorly in your training, you die.
That sounds awful.
Oh, I don't know about that. The Crows who are actually good enough to survive come to enjoy some of the benefits. In Antiva, being a Crow gets you respect. It gets you wealth. It gets you women. And men. Or whatever it is you might fancy. But that does not mean doing what is expected of you always. And it means being expendable. It's a cage, if a gilded cage. Pretty, but confining.
I think I understand.
As for what I'll do in the future, presuming that there is one, I truly can't imagine. It might be interesting to go into business for myself, for a change. Far away from Antiva, of course. For now, naturally, I go where you go.
I'm happy to have you along.
And here I am, happy to be had. Isn't it wonderful how things work out that way? Come now, enough chit-chat. Talking about the Crows summons them, you know. Any Antivan fishwife could tell you so.
There we go, there's a little bonus.
What say you?
Care to answer some questions?
By all means.
Do you actually enjoy being an assassin?
And why not? There are many things to enjoy about being a Crow in Antiva. You are respected, you are feared. The authorities go out of their way to overlook your trespasses. Even the rewards are nothing to turn your nose up at. As for the killing part, well, some people simply need assassinating. Or do you disagree?
No, honestly, you're probably right.
I often find myself the instrument of fate, ending these lives for one necessity or another. I console myself with the notion that most of them had it coming. As far as enjoying the act of killing itself, why not? There is a certain artistry to the deed, the pleasure of sinking your blade into their flesh and knowing that their life is in your hands.
I do enjoy violence myself.
You enjoy getting the blood flowing, whether it is yours or others? Yes, I know the type. There are many things I did not enjoy about being a crow, of course. Having no choice, being treated as an expendable commodity, the rules, oh, so many rules. But simply being an assassin, I like it just fine. I will continue to do it if I can, even if I am not a crow. Honestly, could you picture me doing something else?
Why not? You could do whatever you like.
Whereas I am content merely doing what I happen to be good at. It's a talent that not many come by, honestly. I don't see why I need not pursue it. Of course, all these thoughts are moot. Chances are still good that you and I will perish, eaten by darkspawn or slain by the crows at some point. Very gruesomely, I imagine. But it is pleasant enough to chat about. Come, let's move on while our boots still have some wear in them.
There we go.
What say you?
Care to answer questions?
By all
You
means.
can't speak tonight for some reason. Let me see. So, tell me about your adventures.
My adventures? I'm hardly an old man just returned from across the ocean, am I? Should I shake my fist at nearby children while I talk about the good old days?
I meant your time as a crow.
You mean you want to hear about the grueling training? Being locked in an oubliette for weeks at a time? The slavery? The festering injuries? Or are we seeking something more glamorous?
Something more glamorous.
Well, that should be easy enough, I think. Let's see. My second mission ever for the Crows was a bit intriguing. I was sent to kill a mage who had been meddling in politics.
On your second mission?
Well, it was just the one mage. Not as simple a mission as the vagrant Grey Warden or two, perhaps. As it turned out, the mage in question was quite a delightful young woman. Long, divine legs, as I recall. I caught her in a carriage on her way to escape to the provinces. After I killed her guard, she got down on her hands and knees and begged for her life. Rather aptly, I might add. So I joined her in the carriage for the night and left the next morning.
After killing her anyhow?
Yes, but not on purpose, actually. The woman had actually convinced me to speak to the crows on her behalf. What can I say? I was young and foolish at the time. Then, as I was kissing her goodbye to return to Antiva City, she slipped on the threshold and fell backwards out of the carriage. Broke her neck. Shame, really, but at least it happened quickly.
Were you upset?
At first, yes. Well, not upset. Surprised is really a better word. Then I found out that she had told the driver to take her to Janellen instead. She had planned to lose me in the provinces. I would have looked very foolish to the crows. As it was, my master was very impressed that I had done such a fine job of making it look like an accident. The circle of magi was unaware of foul play, and everyone was happier all around.
These sorts of things happen to you all the time?
Like being spared by a benevolent mark who then helps me escape from the crows? Yes, it does seem to happen now and again, doesn't it? It was after that when I learned that one needn't let a pretty face go to your head. Professionalism was key. That's my moral of the day, you see.
A wise lesson to learn.
And one that not everyone learns, I'm sad to say. But that's enough tale spinning from me for the moment. Talking about the mage has made me a bit nostalgic, I'm afraid. Ah, the good old days.
Right?
What say you?
Do you stare at everyone like that?
Not everyone, but a handsome man like yourself. Why not? I am sure you are a man who draws many stares from women and other men alike. Does this bother you?
It does, actually.
Then I shall stop. Please accept my apologies. Now that that is out of the way, shall we move on? With my eyes fastened elsewhere, I assure you.
Oh wow, that actually made him really dislike me. What a jerk. Maybe I just don't like him staring at me.
What say you?
Let's see. I want to discuss something personal.
Oh, this should be good. What would you like to discuss?
Oh, never mind.
What
Anything
say
else
you?
to say, Zevron?
By all means.
Tell me a little bit more about Antiva.
Oh, you wish to know about Antiva, do you? The only way to truly appreciate it would be to go there. It is a warm place, not cold and harsh like this Ferelden. In Antiva it rains often, but the flowers are always in bloom. Or so the saying goes.
And it has assassins.
Every land has its assassins. Some are simply more open about their business than others. I hail from the glorious Antiva city, home to the royal palace. It is a glittering gem amidst the sand, my Antiva city. Do you come from someplace comparable?
I was born in Hyaver in the north.
Oh, I have never seen that place. I am sure it has its charms, and its dogs. You know what is most odd? We speak of my homeland, and for all its wine and its dark-haired beauties and the lilo flutes of the minstrels, I miss the leather the most.
This I have to hear.
I mean the smell. For years, I lived in a tiny apartment near Antiva City's leather-making district, in a building where the crows stored their youngest recruits, packed in like crates. I grew accustomed to the stench, even though the humans complained of it constantly. To this day, the smell of fresh leather is what reminds me most of home more than anything else.
You sound like you've been away from home for forever.
Oh, not so long, I know. It is my first time away from Antiva, however, and the thought of never returning makes me think of it constantly. Before I left, I was tempted to spend what little coin I possessed on leather boots I spotted in a store window. Finest Antivan leather, perfect craftsmanship. Ah, but I was a fool to leave them. I thought, Zevran, you can buy them when you return as a reward for a job well done. More the fool I, no?
Your home is still there, Zevron.
True, and it's a comforting thought. One simply never knows what is to come next. How could I have suspected I would end up defeated by a handsome Grey Warden? A man who then spares my life? I could not.
You just need to make the most of where you are. I don't want to say that. It's kind of dicky to say. What do I say? Sorry, bro, I'm not gay, but everyone makes mistakes.
Even Grey Wardens who spared the lives of assassins? Understood. Now, if it is all the same to you, I would prefer not to speak more of Antiva. It makes me wistful and hungry for a proper meal.
Okay, that works. I think that's all he had to say. Alright. Liliana, what's going on over here?
Something I can help with?
Probably not. When?
What's on your mind?
Let's see. Have you changed your mind about Morgan and myself?
I have watched you for a time, and perhaps I was wrong. There seems to be something special between the two of you. It doesn't happen often, but I see her smile to herself sometimes when she watches you.
Are you trying to apologize for what you said?
I think I was too harsh in my judgment before, and I am sorry.
You wanted the best for us both.
What you have may not last forever. Death and duty may part you, but love's worthiness is not diminished because of that. I should have seen this before. Instead, you learn to cherish every precious moment that you spend together, knowing that it may be the last. And for those of us watching, well, it brings warmth to these old bones to know that something so beautiful can be found in the midst of chaos and strife.
Good, good. Okay. Anything else, man?
What's on your mind?
Why did the spirit choose to help you?
I have always had an affinity for the spirits of the Fade. As a child, I never feared my dreams because I knew they were there.
I've never experienced that before.
I've always been able to feel the spirits, even if I never saw them. And as I nurtured my talent in the circle, I became more sensitive. I began to notice every time I was in the Fade, whether it was in a dream or in magical practice, that I was being watched.
Do spirits watch people like that?
I suppose they must. It is these benevolent spirits that create our dream worlds in the Fade. Sometimes I would see it, a glowing, nebulous form. Most times I would just feel its presence, gentle and comforting, but somehow alien. I think it is a spirit of faith. They have never been seen before, and perhaps I am wrong. But something tells me I'm not. It always felt like the same entity. This one spirit was curious about me, and was guarding me, for want of a better word.
You're very lucky.
There were times when I was in the Fade that it seemed to stretch forth to shield me, keeping me safe. And I think it gave me strength in my most terrible battles, Ostagar being one of them.
So this spirit of faith is your personal protector?
I don't know why I was chosen. Perhaps it knew that there was something more that lay in store for me. I like to think that I was given a rare chance, and I'm going to make the best of the time so generously given to me.
I'm glad you think traveling with me is worthy of your time.
I will not lie motionless in a bed with coverlets up to my chin, waiting for death to claim me. That is not the death for me. And so I will fight alongside the Grey Warden, and help prepare him for the task that is yet before him. So you had better listen to me, because I swear, if I should fall before the end and you don't seem to be doing things properly, I'll get up again to give you a good finger wagging.
I'll hold you to that promise.
You know, I think you'll be all right, even without my help. What's on your mind?
Is there some way we can cure you?
Cure me? What, am I sick now?
Crap, maybe I shouldn't have asked that. In a sense?
Even you know that you cannot cure the dead. And I'm not the only one dying. You are too. I'm just more efficient about it. Ah, child. Your concern is heartwarming. But death comes to everyone, and it is not something to fear.
You're not afraid?
People fear not death, but having life taken from them. Many waste the life given to them, occupying themselves with things that do not matter. When the end comes, they say they did not have time enough to spend with loved ones, to fulfill dreams, to go on adventures they only talked about. But why should you fear death if you are happy with the life you have led? If you can look back on everything and say, yes, I am content. It is enough.
Are you content?
I think I've led a good life, a full life, and I, for one, am not afraid of death, whatever it may bring. They say that when you die, your spirit travels through the Fade and returns to the Maker. And after that, we'll see, won't we? What's on your mind?
I guess that was it. Nothing, I shouldn't have disturbed
No
you.
trouble.
Alright, let's go talk to Sten really quick, see what he's got.
What is your wish, Kadan?
Let's see. He doesn't really want to talk.
As you wish.
Okay. Morgan, what's going on?
I wish to ask a question of you.
Go ahead.
I wish to know your opinion of love.
My opinion?
You and I have been intimate, for one. We have been close for some time now. You are impressive in many ways, and you even protected me from Flemeth without hope of reward. I feel anxious when I look upon you. I dislike this sense of dependency. It is a weakness I abhor. If this is love, I wish to ascertain that you do not feel the same.
And if I do love you?
Then we are both fools, and we need to do something immediately. I have allowed myself to become too close. This is a weakness for us both.
Love is not a weakness.
You are not listening to me. Do not be such a fool. This is for your own good. I am not like other women. I am not worth your distraction, and you are not worth mine.
You are worth my distraction.
You are impossible. Have it your way, but I will tell you truly now. You will regret it in the end.
Alright, well, we got that.
Desire.
We got that out of the way. We won't be able to sleep with her anymore, but that's okay. It'll happen again, I promise.
Something you need?
Let's
I'm
not do
sure
this
I'll
yet.
my
I'll do
boy,
that
all
when
right.
we're not recording. Let's go ahead and talk to
goodbye.
Shale. Shale, what's
I
up?
see it found some augmentation crystals. I was not even aware it knew about them. Well done. So, what does it think? They don't make me look any wider, do they? I find I'm already too wide as it is.
No, no, they're quite slimming.
It must be the vertical pattern it put them in. Did it know to do that? It must have. I think it should find some more as soon as possible. I want to glitter from ear to ear, so to speak. I've watched a lot of humans in my time. It should be aware that I've decided that it is not much like any of them.
No. That's super. Thanks, Shale.
Surely it must come from some superior lineage, yes? Some breed of flesh creature that has decided to elevate its genetic stock above its natural shortcomings?
My father was the Terran of High Ever.
Oh, then that must be it. I knew there had to be some reason.
I love Shale.
It being a human and all. I would appreciate if it didn't spread around that I said anything. Humans might start to get the wrong idea. They might start thinking their race is not completely hopeless.
Yeah, I'll keep it to myself.
Now, let us crush something into a fine paste before it starts to think I've gone all soft. Perish the thought.
Oh god, I love Shale.
It speaks.
You're still with me, I see.
Yes, its adventures are interesting, even if the chances for success are remarkably slim. It would be better to throw oneself off a cliff, I suspect. Does it wish me to leave? I can, though I see no reason to go.
No, stay. You're quite helpful.
No doubt. Without me, it would have to carry its inventory on its own. Perhaps we should continue. Its chances of success are small enough without further dawdling.
What else you
It
got?
speaks.
Let's see. Would have expected golems to be different?
Different? Different than what? Different than a statue? Different than a log? Should I talk in a monotone? Yes, Master, I exist to serve the Master. I shall kill for the Master and only for the Master. Perhaps it expected me to have a booming voice. Recite limericks. I can recite limericks, if it likes.
No need to get touchy.
I am not sensitive. I am made of stone. Sensitive is the exact opposite of what I am. I have never met another golem. I have no idea what one might be like, or why I wouldn't be like them. Why? Has it met other golems? Did they not sound as I do?
I have no idea what other golems sound like.
I don't know what other golems might be like, but I am already superior by virtue of my free will. This is a good thing.
I agree. Being a golem would be handy.
Imagine the benefits. No need to eat or sleep or perform other functions. Walk underwater, crush the heads of every opponent. The possibilities are limitless. Barring the occasional 30 years or so of paralysis, there's little to compare. Now stop talking so much. The wagging of its moist little tongue is distracting.
Okay. So, yeah, guys, that's it for this episode. We rescued Shale. We now have... Was that all of our party members? I think so. No, we're missing Ogren still. We'll get Ogren soon. Next, we're going to go to Dinnerum so we can start our quest to get the Urn of Sacred Ashes. After that, we'll go get Ogren. And we'll do the whole Orzammar thing and the Deep Roots, which will take probably like 10 episodes to do, because that one... Orzammar lasts for forever. And then after that, we'll do the Elves, and after the Elves, we're pretty much done with the game. We raise the army, and we attack the Darkspawn. So we're definitely getting in there, guys. I appreciate all of you guys who are sticking around and watching this series. I would really appreciate if you guys subscribed. We've got plenty more videos on the way. Thanks for everything, guys, and continue watching. Corb out.
Try for